This week's episode of Cursed Earth Radio's Weekly Dredd is brought to you by Runderwear.
What?
Use the promotional code CERBOGO and get a free pair of boxers when you buy another pair. Go to runderwear.com.
Dredd, turn on your transistor radio. It's our favorite program. Hooray!
This is Cursed Earth Radio.
Hello, Dark Judges, Desperados, and dudes in dick-shaped helmets. You're listening to Cursed Earth Radio, the one and only podcast bringing dread to the dreadless.
Broadcasting outside the walls of Mega City 1 across the Black Atlantic in North America. I'm Cool Johnny Cool.
And this is Heavy Metal Kid, and today we're going to bring you the newest, most exciting prog from 2000 AD.
We got Dredd in Guatemala. Holy shit, is she a clone? Is she her daughter? Who knows? Zombie orgies in Defoe? Brink. New Ghosts in Hope? Zombie Red Razors! And I died!
Keep listening, creeps.
All right.
You are not going to match that enthusiasm anywhere.
You sound like Tom Hanks. And you were assuming that there was an explosion coming, but we had shortened it last week. So
I panicked.
you actually claimed that you died in an explosion, and then we had to move.
You had to kill me in the explosion.
We had to create the explosion. Yeah.
I guess I should say we're doing Prog 2154.
You were just off the fucking chain.
Oh my god, there's a zombie orgy in this Prog, man. How can you not be excited about that?
I don't know. It was pretty crazy this week, man. Hey, before we get into that though, let's talk about the app game that came out this week.
Shut up, I'm playing the app.
Oh man. It's I did not know. Were you aware it was even coming?
I had seen some posts about it, I think on the 2000 AD Instagram page.
Oh, okay.
You totally changed how I play it when we were getting our grub before the podcast.
You thought you weren't allowed to kill Jews.
Yeah, I thought you just had to like day stick them because they were like of age offenders, and you're just over here
I'm just blowing
stacking
away.
them up
Yeah.
like cordwood.
No, I love it. I had no idea. I was sitting at work and it popped up, and I had just
I have been playing it while I'm at work.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
Total
Oh, yeah.
productivity killer.
It popped up while I was at work, and I had just ordered the Warlord Miniatures Dredd game that we were going to start playing, and I went, holy fuck, there's a Dredd app game, and who gets that excited about an app game? And I said, what a time to be alive.
I did. I mean, I still have Dredd versus Zombies on my phone.
Yeah, me too, because it's something.
Yeah, and I play
it's
that
good.
repetitively.
Yeah. So how far did you get on the app game?
I'm
this
level
week?
3 right now.
Oh, you can tell what level you are?
Yeah, they're right here at the top.
Let me check. Hold on a second. Let me open it up.
I keep getting this. I got an exclamation point over my cards, and I can't figure out how to get rid of it.
I think it's just letting you know you can upgrade your abilities. I'm level 5 right now.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
They raise corrupt judges who kill Jews faster.
No,
That's
probably
why.
do. I like that they're like, yeah, if you kill them, they go to recycle and you get money, but if you arrest them, you get experience. And I'm like,
I didn't notice that.
yeah, they tell you that in the first entry mission.
I'm pretty sure we've covered the fact that my exuberance and
Yeah,
enthusiasm overrides reading comprehension.
So I'm glad that this app game does not rely so heavily on microtransactions
Yeah.
and purchases. But I listened to, on the 2000 AD Thrillcast, they had one of the developers from the app game. And they were talking about, in the future, things they want to do and, different characters they want to add. And what they said was, he said, yeah, if you want to help us out, click one of the links, watch one of the ads, download one of the games for the ads, or buy some Eagles. And I was like, fuck that. But then I thought, no, I do want to. If I could pay $9 for this game, I would.
Yeah.
So I bought $9.99 worth of Eagles just
at you.
after I listened to the interview from that developer.
I've watched a couple of the videos.
Yeah.
Because if you die in a mission,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to watch a video if you want to restart where you are.
See, I have an unspoken law that I will not let myself continue.
You're weird.
I won't.
Like,
I won't let myself continue, but I will watch the ad before the video to get double the money. Did you know you could do that?
I did not.
So if you go to whatever you're about to play, and there's a little play button that says, ×2, and then a little,
Okay.
yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Oh, I see. My enthusiasm trumps reading comprehension for
Yeah.
me. But no, see, I grew up in the arcades where these machines were built to steal money, steal your allowance.
Hey,
be
well,
unfair.
they still are to some degree. Yeah.
That's why I don't care about cheating or starting over mid fight, full health. You got my money. Fuck it. I'm
gotcha.
going.
Yeah. See, I think in my mind, I'm like,
upgrading my stuff right now.
are you upgrading now? I'm like, it's meant for you to go through. I want to get good enough to where I can have the combinations to not have to continue. But I'm realizing I need more attacks that only take one turn. That's my handicap.
I rely on that uppercut, and it's a 3-turn, and it's that I end up getting shot and stabbed by the two other guys I'm not punching in the face currently.
Oh, hey, for anyone who's listening, and maybe you don't know what we're talking about, Judge Dredd Crime Files is the name of the app game.
Cool little card battle game you can get. We both have iPhones, but I'm assuming it's on Android.
It's on the Google Play Store.
Yes, there you go. So it's a free download. There are microtransactions in, but like HMK said, those help the developer, so help them out.
Hey, speaking of things that are available on things.
4-hour gift.
Did you get your 4-hour gift?
Yes.
Is it the first time you realized that was the
No,
thing?
no.
Okay.
I was waiting. I hadn't looked.
Did you know that when you complete your daily missions, you can go in and receive your bonuses?
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of things that are available on things, I was listening to another podcast.
There's other podcasts?
Not a Dredd one this week although there are other Dredd ones, but the one that I was listening to was a totally unrelated one. But at the end, they said, you can download the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and they rambled. I was like, I'm fucking listening to your podcast. Why do you need to say that? But it did make me think I should mention that we have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the thing that gets all the episodes way later.
Yeah.
Not way later, but a little bit later. We're still not even caught up with everything yet.
No.
Because it takes a while to upload. But there are some other things on our YouTube channel that you can't get here, which include like action figure and Judge Dredd related statue not reviews, but we post stuff on there.
Upcoming video of Johnny not shutting the fuck up about his Fleetway qualities.
Yes, we're also going to do a video of us playing Dredd Helter Skelter.
Oh, I can't wait.
And that's going to come out actually pretty soon.
We're 1-on-1. We got it's going to be a rubber match.
Oh, yeah. And we're doing the episode that we're doing is something new this Sunday. We're recording. Deep End, yeah. And we're going to talk about the game there, too. And we're going to post a video of us playing the game, and we got to do that, Johnny, before the game comes out because we got our copy early.
Because we're important SIDS.
Either that or we
SIDS.
pre-ordered one and the place that we ordered it from didn't give a fuck.
Or you could just shut up and go with it. Jesus Murphy.
Are we? We're trying to be the exclusives.
We're big time now. Deal with it.
We'll be like those guys that will talk about how they got I got exclusive access. I got exclusive access to see this movie.
We got a store that got it early.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that game. It was really fun.
It's
quick
good.
to pick up. I really liked how fast it moved. It was really fast. Really easy to get the hang of. Strontium dogs really like to hide and stick and cover.
Yeah. I thought Strontium dogs were the weak link, and then the more I played, the more I realized they have a very, very specific strategy that you need to play with them.
Cover.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a running theme with you and me in miniature games.
Yeah.
You will attack and then run behind things.
I do. I am a cowardly fighter when it comes to miniatures games. I don't know how it's going to be, though, when we're playing the other one and I'm playing fatties.
Yeah, you're going to have to trundle.
Yeah.
Trundle.
Speaking of those fatties, we pre-ordered one, a set, so we'll have that. And then
is that coming in a forklift lift crate?
It has 3 fatties in it.
Oh,
so,
boy. And belly wheels.
3 fatties, 3 belly wheels. So
how many points are the belly wheels?
I have no idea. I want to upgrade
the
my belly
stat
wheels.
sheet is going to be ridiculous.
Hey, one other thing, I guess, that happened this week was we had 2 different listeners suggest that we should read specific things on the show.
Are we taking requests now?
I think we should.
Okay.
So our friend Steven, who delighted in busting our balls for a good while on our YouTube channel, thinks that we should go back and or you should go back and I should for the first time read the Judge Child.
Oh man, that's a long slog.
What he was saying is that it's the genesis of like a lot of stuff. He said the Angel family.
Yeah, that's where they first meet.
Huh.
Yep.
So
and, there's the mustache controversy.
Oh yeah, I remember us having a discussion.
There's a giant frog.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I sent you a picture of the giant frog.
I don't remember. So
it's a slog.
Well, so maybe we'll slog through it.
Yeah.
And then our pal Richie, who's
Ramon,
maybe, you never know, thinks we should do the pit, and I love the pit.
Yeah, let's do the pit.
We have some pit artwork, the original pit artwork, hanging up over there.
Next to that RoboCop machine that's coming home with me.
Yeah. I got into collecting art from Lee Sullivan because it was cheaper. It was on the cheap side, and
you do love collecting art. I mean, some of this is great, and some of it's
Oh, get out of here! It's wonderful. But yeah, so I have a couple of Lee Sullivan pages from the pit. I don't have any of the Carlos pages, but Lee Sullivan's become one of my favorites. And after I got the pages from the pit, I picked up this other one, and it's just a taint view of Dredd uppercutting another, like a punk, in the balls. And in the artwork, you can see that each individual ball
is rendered.
It's very special. So, yeah. So I definitely want to do the pit.
Yeah.
What Richie pointed out was that's you get some Judge Gerhardt action.
Oh,
and I forgot about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I totally forgot that he was a part of the pit. That was like the first police procedural one that I read where I went, oh, this is like John Wagner is a really good writer, you know.
So let's put the pit on the schedule then.
Pit will be on the schedule.
Right on.
All right, so let's get into our weekly Dredd here before we go too terribly long.
Well, it's the weekly Dredd is going to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's going that way. So yeah, this week's definitely made up for the bridge Prog from last week.
I think you said when you sent me the message that you were reading it that Defoe made up for the entire
oh my god
last week's, and it did.
Defoe is batshit. With
Guatemala, we go deeper into just the terrible fucking world.
My god,
it's
now
horrible.
When we get to it, I want to talk about it. But yeah, the end of this is just fuck these robots.
Yeah. They start out and they talk about what they're doing with old folks, and when they lose the robots, what they're doing with old humans when they lose their efficiency, when they're no longer needed. They send them out to the fields to work the very end of their life, and then they send them off to recycle. And I get the feeling, Johnny, they don't send them off to recycle when they die.
No, they're stripping them for parts while they're still functioning. These robots, I love a good robot story, but these fuckers are sadistic.
How grim was the little sick joke that Dose, is that Dose that made that joke?
Yeah, that's Dose.
He says, we have recyc here too, and they use everything but the squeal. Yeah. Because they don't believe in silly things like mystical souls.
Yeah, it's
that's so grim. It is Mega City and all of the horrors of Mega City, but just even more barbaric.
Yeah, because there's no sense of justice in this.
Yes,
and Dose is just. I mean, he's going on about like what we would laugh at your sanction if we could laugh.
Yeah,
but he's just telling about how we'll never surrender because we get all we need from selling you on the black market.
Yeah, so they're basically saying you are creating this Mega City. You know, they're putting the blame back on the fact that Mega City has all these sanctions, and you're creating this. If you would just lift your sanctions, we wouldn't have to do this. But we feel that they would. I feel like they would.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason for them to not continue doing this, even if they lift the sanctions.
No, it's a psychotic robot dictator.
Yeah,
he's not going to be like, oh okay, that's.
We end up meeting Dredd and company, or no, I'm sorry, Beanie.
It's Beanie and Ronald.
Ends up meeting Eldonora Garcia.
Holy shit!
She looks exactly like Hershey.
She is her daughter?
She's Hershey's daughter, who apparently was living with Hershey's mother, Eldonora's grandmother. So apparently Hershey is from Guatemala.
And yeah, this is must be one of two reasons why she sent Joe down here. Yes,
her daughter and son at a very young age were taken by El Presidente's men. And the grim.
Yeah.
They took them and they used the daughters as
breeding stock.
Yeah, they artificially inseminate them, and they have baby factories on Guatemala.
And there's now when Dos tells them that we're selling them on the black market, I really hope they're just selling the babies to families. Don't shake your head. Don't.
No. I think okay, I'm going to go back to Necropolis. There, I've said it for this episode. When Dredd
Mark your bingo cards at home, kids.
When Dredd takes Rico to the hottie stand, and Rico says, "Oh, they eat these?" And Dredd says, "They eat them. They shove them up their asses. They wear them on their heads. They do everything with these." I think it's the same with babies in this horrible future.
Jesus.
Somebody's eating a baby. And I'm sure worse. So it becomes just so much more grim when we find out that they're taking, young children, artificially inseminating them, and now you are just a baby factory.
Yeah. It looks like El Presidente has some designs on the Mechanismo unit they've got, Ronald.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he wants him.
Oh, yeah. He's
stripped and reprogrammed.
But this is crazy, they want the emotional component removed.
Yeah.
As robots, as cold-hearted robots, they are proud. That is their own virtue, that they don't have feelings like human beings.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this panel right here, that's Dredd sneaking back in, right? Because the smoke screen is why El Presidente can't talk to him is because he has this condition that he developed in the Cursed Earth. And even Mega City 1's backing him up. So this must be a long play. Yeah,
and so that little... I had to look at that a few times to figure out what that was too. But that's him sneaking back in the trash bin that they had taken him out earlier. So
yeah, this got real grim real quick.
And so now I guess we're going to go and try to find Eldenora's daughter. Son and daughter, yes. Yeah. I'm assuming the son has probably been sold off to the black market and who knows what. But the daughter's still useful. So that's pretty sad, man, that Hershey had children she could never get to.
Now, that begs the question. They knew this tyrant was on the rise. They knew El Presidente was doing what he was doing. If Hershey's children weren't down there, would she have sent Joe to intervene?
It seems to me like Mega City's been trying to deal with Guatemala, but maybe knowing that they were going down there anyway, she asked Dredd to do her. I don't think that Mega City would have sent an entire, group of emissaries just for Hershey's children. I don't think they would have granted her that. I think it was like an aside. Hey, they're going down there.
She alley-ooped it into.
Yeah.
While you're down there with the nukes, by the way.
Yeah. I don't feel like the Justice Department cares about her any more than they care about Dredd.
Yeah. But when she's head of the Justice Department.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, but she had stepped down by that point. Although I have to go back and say.
Was that her last order as acting chief? No, she wasn't, because Chief Logan had already taken the shield.
I think Chief Logan's a hell of a guy, though.
He seems like he's on the up and up.
I want him to continue being a hell of a guy.
You want him to be the bright, shining center.
I really do.
Some hope.
It's time. Hey, before we end this, we should also mention that this week's cover was done by Clint Langley.
It's an awesome cover.
He is the hero of the ABC Warriors to me. He does the best ABC Warriors. He has done so much good ABC Warriors stuff. And
I'd like to see them back in a Prog.
Yeah. Right? I'm about ready for some ABC Warriors.
I'm kind of missing, it's been a while since we got a Future Shock. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since a Thriller. So hopefully we'll get back into that once all these wrap up.
Yeah. So
next up,
Defoe.
Jesus Christ,
it was good this week, wasn't it?
Holy shit! There's no fucking around. We're just into it on this one.
I'm calling this guy Igor no matter what from now on.
Gallowgrass.
He's just Igor. Yeah.
It's just like we picked up right where we left off last week with the reeks. That shot of the reeks coming up out of the water, and Gallowgrass walks us through. He's talking to Defoe from the end of last week and telling him what happened, and the brethren, all the dead in the cemetery resurrected at once, and the brethren were hard paced to keep them down. And then Gallowgrass saw some lights in the chapel, and so Gallowgrass went to see what the fuck was going on in the chapel. And who was in the chapel?
It was a Eyes Wide Shut style necrophiliac orgy.
Wait, now is it necrophiliac if they're both dead?
Good question.
Because Kearney's out of the asylum. in this church leading a black mass with a congregation of the dead and the recently dead.
Just fucking each other's brains out.
It just like right off the bat, they're just zombies. And I said that to you in the message. It says, holy shit, zombie orgy.
And this is the thing that has to happen. This zombie orgy is the ritual that has to happen to bring Irdonazar back. So how much of a fucking badass is he? The only way you can bring him back is resurrecting the dead and fucking them.
Dead people fucking.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, they'd been hiding Adonazar's sarcophagus.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the cemetery. It was under the altar the whole time.
And at the same time, as much as this terrible shit is happening, the British still want to fucking colonize the moon.
But the Moon King is having zombies fucking back to life. What? It's like a Cannibal Corpse album here.
They talked about the English disease, the plague.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the deal, is that they're afraid that if they don't get to the moon and start trying to figure out
themselves in the eyes of the world.
Well, just, if they want to colonize it, because that's the new idea that I picked up, was like, oh, you're going to try and colonize the fucking moon?
What is it? What Defoe says, you'd colonize heaven if you had the chance.
Yeah.
So Gallagras fills them in on what's going on. They find out, or they figure out that they're going to make for Holland to get on the Dutch shuttle, because the English apparently know too much now.
Yeah.
So
it's a race.
Yeah. Defoe's on his horse. He's just hell bent for leather going after him. Well, the Lord says, well, take my steam powered car. And fuck your car, man. These are country. There are no roads for cars. It's 1666.
Here's a question: did he kill the superior heroes? Remember the people that we were talking about, the Vizards?
Yeah.
Did he kill them?
Well, we're gonna find out, because when he closes in on the coach hauling Irdonazar, and this is like some Tim Burton shit here, like from Sleepy Hollow. I loved it. And he closes in on the coach. He goes all Reggie and Phantasm 2 with his 6-barreled flintlock.
Yeah.
And it looks like Irdonazar, as Defoe's getting on him, he enchant. What does he call it? The Euphoria.
Yeah.
He uses Euphoria on him, and he's talking to Defoe about murdering those superior heroes. So maybe you're right.
I'm guessing that the Defoe that we have missed, he probably killed the Vizards. I'm guessing the superior heroes and the Vizards are the same thing. I could be wrong. But again, on that final page, man, there's a really fucking cool shot of the Dutch craft.
They went all in on design.
It to me, it's an upside down cathedral.
It's like form over function.
My God,
that thing's never getting off the ground.
Not with manpower, anyways.
No, but the King of the Moon.
Yeah. Oh man.
So and now we're left hanging.
We are fully bought into Defoe now, because remember when it started, we're gonna go through the whole Dredd. And then just briefly touch.
No, we're talking about Defoe.
We're talking about Defoe, and we're talking about fucking the Dead World.
Yeah. Speaking of things we're touching on lightly,
Brink. Yeah. You've it's been a downhill slide for you.
I tried, dude. I am trying. But there's just it's super dry. I like some of the aspects, like the crime scene, and this guy ate people's fingers, and why'd he do it? But then
for me,
talk.
It's been a heart rate monitor. It goes down for a while, and just when you think it's dead, it goes back up again.
You might have to defibrillate me, because I'm pretty flatlined on this one.
I don't know if it's the colors and the art that I fucking love, because there's something about this color palette and the very clean look that it has is very appealing to me. Mm-hmm. And with this fucking grisly murder that we see here, I'm like, oh, one person killed all these people and bit their fingers off, and I'm like, I want to know.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, this one has me sort of invested. And by the way, I finally know, for the most part, who everybody is.
Who's who?
Which has been, that was a problem for me in Defoe, too. Yeah. And now I'm like, okay, I'm straight.
You've solved the puzzle.
But I'm actually the place where I'm losing steam is hope. I'm losing hope.
This, you're losing hope and hope?
I think it's just, and I've said this, I think, since the beginning, it's kind of a tough sell for me, and I don't know where we're going, and I'm not sure that it's something that's really up my alley. I
had high hopes for hope. Hope. The last two really haven't done much, and I get it. It's serialized, and I love the art. I really do. And I love the idea that I think it is, but it's just not going anywhere. And ghosts, I guess.
Again, it brings us back to the problem of jumping into 2000 AD. Even though this was a jumping on thing that we started
for
on.
stories, for stories we should have read already.
They are stories that there's a background to that I'm just like, man, I don't really know who these people are in this one.
But
I swear to God, that's a fucking Vietnam era.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's...
I don't know what's happening.
That's the jungle, man.
But the good thing is, it's like we said every week, it's 6 pages.
Yeah.
Anybody can do 6 pages.
Yeah. The gooder thing is, right behind that,
much gooder,
is the fall of Dead World.
Finally.
And you finally got your red razors.
Yeah.
And as I pointed out, why are they not dead razors?
Yeah, I mean, I guess on Dead World, it would be like going to Philadelphia and asking for a Philly cheesesteak, or some buffalo wings in Buffalo, New York. As much action and, cool zombies on fire that we got this week in Dead World, there wasn't a huge amount of sort of story development with any sort of revelations other than I think our pal
Fairfax and crew are going...
Fairfax is put on the mantle of the judge again.
Yeah. I want to know how he's hanging on to his humanity, because he's obviously been touched by this plague.
That's a real good image on the last page.
Him putting the helmet on.
His
those
eyes.
Iridescent eyes.
Through,
I can't wait. I feel like we're getting to the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I consistently like Dead World. It's like neck and neck with Dredd for me. I love it.
I definitely... 3 of the 4 are really locking in on me.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep you awake on Brink. You keep me awake on Hope.
I don't know if I can though. Even I'm starting to fade on that one.
So I don't know.
It was a really good turnaround from last week.
Yeah.
Last week was, and then
we knew last week had to be. It was the bridge issue.
Yeah, you got some exposition. We got to further the story a little bit. But no, yeah. Jeez. Oh, Johnny's falling apart here.
Well, I did mention to our listeners that the reason we were late this week is because you had an overdose of Flavon.
Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. You're supposed to eat Flavon. It's not a suppository. I found that out the hard way.
I also I noticed I put out, hey, Johnny was very sick, even though that was total bullshit. And the
it's
resounding,
a busy time of year for us.
Yeah, well, and the resounding response that we got was, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Those bastards.
God, I am gonna have to play out the Prog where I die and just shove my head in the garbage disposal, aren't I?
Well,
So yeah, this is fun read this week. Fun read. Zombie Orgy. That's a Jesus Murphy.
Yeah, Defoe wins this week. Good job, Defoe. Good job, Pat Mills.
You did it.
You sacrilegious son of a bitch. You.
Dredd is strong second place.
It's very strong.
Lots of revelations in there I was not expecting.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you know Hershey had kids?
I had no idea. I didn't know Hershey was from Guatemala. So
we know now.
I've never known Hershey's ethnic background, honestly. And maybe that's my...
I thought she was from Pennsylvania.
Maybe.
Jeez, I quit. I'm done.
I think maybe that's like my lack of knowledge about the characters. The more you read in 2080, the more you realize you don't know.
Yeah, and these robots are quickly going from jolly to just Jesus.
Yeah, it's grim.
Yeah, can't wait till next week.
Yeah, and with that, I guess we will bid you fucking farewell until next week. So until then,
I'm Cool Johnny Cool,
and I'm Heavy Metal Kid. And you've been listening to
Cursed Earth Radio.
Keep listening, creeps.